Hello, my name is Oyinkolade Ishola, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about communication in the modern day world. I have my friends here with me who are...
I'm Marilyn Basharo, a student of Reading Arena College under the Communication and Performance Arts CDP. I'm majored in mass communication.
I am Israel Oluwajimi, and I also attend Reading Arena College.
I am Joshua Folarin, and like my friends here, I also attend Reading Arena College.
I'm really intrigued by the fact that social media is shaping communication styles.
Of course.
Like how you can advertise your product on social media in order to communicate broadly. And I think that's a very good way and medium of communication, because looking at it, we can tell that many people use social media like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so on. And with billions of people on that platform, you can post something there and get to many people because they might just be scrolling and stumble on what you posted. So, any other insights?
Okay, so I wanted to say that social media has actually made communication quite easy and faster, in the sense that I can connect to someone on LinkedIn and then we start talking. I can even have a lot of connections. I talk with a lot of people online, and if we're meeting face to face, I might not be able to talk to them. That's like the downside of social media in the communication world. Though it's really doing a lot of things, because we can testify that we are connecting to millions of people.
Yes, I think the benefit of all these like communication software and others, it really showed during the pandemic, because before most of these communication apps were not that popular and mostly everyone was speaking face to face. But during the pandemic, more people were talking online and more communication.
Social media has also helped shape communication, because now some apps can even make you talk to multiple people at once, and everybody can be interacting at the same time without having to meet physically.
Yeah, I really like Israel's point, because I see social media as a way in which people can connect together. You can meet new people, you can learn people that you've never seen before, and maybe you can grow a very strong relationship with them. Coming to the natural and physical world, I can see that public speaking is very key in communication, in effective communication, because without public speaking, you can pass across your message accurately, and people need to understand what you're saying. So I think
public speaking, many people think of public speaking as something that only the media personalities should know, or some set of people. But the thing is, everybody needs public speaking. A doctor, a scientist, everybody needs, even a programmer.
Yeah,
you need public speaking, because you need to be able to communicate what you're talking about. Because when we started learning public speaking in BAC, at first when you see somebody on stage, let's say you see a teenager talking to black people, I can do that. That's easy. But when you get on stage, you know that it's not as easy as you feel. That's one thing I had to say. And public speaking is also really important, because it helps boost your thinking skills, because you're speaking to people. You have to watch them, know what you're talking about, how people will get your message, make sure you're not saying the wrong point so they don't get it wrongly, things like that.
I think it also makes you very confident, because having the ability, I've experienced it myself, that having the ability to speak to people and them understanding you, it makes you have like a sort of superpower, like, I can talk to anyone. It just makes you feel very...
There was a time I was talking to people, give feedback, and then I was hearing what they were saying. I was like, I never said so. What are you saying? And it's part of it. A good public speaker should be able to communicate what he or she's saying effectively, that the person...
I think Marilyn's point is very key, because looking at engineers, for example, many engineers I've studied and researched upon don't have good public speaking skills, because they are scientifically made, and science doesn't have emotion. That's why I really like the aspect of art that talks about people's emotions and
Well, both are good. Both are really good.
Yeah.
Science is actually a very wonderful topic. I admire science a lot, but public speaking is just basic for everybody.
And also, if you think about it, it's very important for us to know how to articulate our thoughts very clearly. And we learned that in Breeden College in our public speaking classes, because there are very smart people in this world, but it's not really shown because they don't know how to say their mind.
Yes.
So knowing how to articulate your thoughts into words is very important.
Yes, in addition to what he said, public speaking also helps you to defeat some barriers in speaking. For example, when people they misunderstand what someone says.
Yes.
Public speaking is effective for is essential for effective communication, which can help you display your point better.
Very true. Another aspect of communication is respect when speaking.
Yes.
Many people are just free when talking, so they tend to say some things that might offend others.
Yes.
That is why you need to know the audience you are speaking to, and you address your 5 W's and H, right?
Yes.
Which are who you're speaking to, where you're speaking, what you're speaking about, why you're speaking, and how it can effectively pass messages across.
Oh, and I also wanted to say that some people that post things online, they kind of struggle with that because they don't think it's important to know what public speaking is. Just take your camera and they start talking, "Hey everyone," and you make mistakes. People are watching you and they can misunderstand you. They can go against you.
Yes.
So that's why it's
I think that poses a disadvantage. Social media poses a disadvantage to your public speaking skills, because most people in this generation, they prefer to text than to speak. But the day that text will not be available, it's gonna.
You really don't know how that's supposed to
actually,
to feel. Because imagine you know somebody you met on LinkedIn or any of the social media accounts, and then finally you meet the person live, and it happened to one of my friends because we talk a lot online. And then I met her and she told me she was shy speaking to me. I was like, you are shy? So that's a major disadvantage that people most.
Some people really post like different lives from who they are.
Yes.
Another thing about digital communication, especially in the aspect of text, is people usually think before they write. So things that they would have typed would have been thought about. Okay, let me write this. They will cancel it. They write another thing.
Yeah.
So it poses a particular identity of them, which might not be actually true.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when speaking, you can't take your words out of the air.
Especially if you're not used to spontaneous speaking or you're not used to thinking before speaking, you make a lot of mistakes, and you really do not want that.
Yeah. Thank you guys for collaborating with me to bring out this wonderful discussion. And I'm grateful to the viewers that stayed there to listen to us. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye. See you next time.